matter. Like when you have your stats all the way up, you can probably do that. But for now, I really don't care. And the only reason why I'm being able to get the Assassin's Creed or the new Shadows of Mordor and God of War 1 was because of all those games that I sold, even though they weren't worth a lot, but overall they were worth a lot, so I put money on that stuff that I want to get. I mean, I still have Nintendo system that I have somewhere around here that I play games on and stuff.
You want to hit the invaders at home? You're gonna have to talk. Oh, Tron. Or is it a quarter child?
Okay, let's see.
You did good. Sent the invaders packing. But they'll be back. You don't strike them first.
But yeah, I plan on playing those games again, especially Shadows of Mordor on two-handed. Do I want to really? I don't know. I don't even know if I want to risk it. I don't know if I want to risk it or not. Probably not. Let's just not. I want to risk the shield. 49, probably not. It's probably not even worth it. Okay, I gotta write this down. Seconds. Teleport once. On and okay. Basically, there's 26 parts to this game. Technically 3 chapters. First one is up to chapter 9, so I'm going for what part is this now? This is number 10, so this is part, so the last one I did was the last part of chapter or campaign 1, Dawn of Winter, and this is campaign 2 starting from 10 to 18 abouts, and then from 18 on to 18 on to 26 is campaign 3. So campaign 1 is called Dawn of Winter, campaign 2 is Rise of the Wolves, and campaign 3 is Distant Shores, and you can see that in my first series, like I let everything go through. But yeah, this is the start of campaign 2, number 10, Floatnar's Liberation. I also want to know what that ring says. It's probably in Norse, but it'd be interesting to see if it says anything in Norse. I mean, I'm not sure. It might be just made up and maybe says nothing. But it'd be kind of interesting to see if it did interpret into something, if somebody could copy that and say, hey, what does this say in Norse, if anything? I mean, even though Norse is a dead language, it'd be nice to know if it said something. Just kind of got my quizzical nature, whatever.
Haarhofen, the high harbour.
Bring it on!
And we got crabs.
Out of the icy sea.
This is not how I want any raid to begin. I am invincible!
Oh, another complaint that I have about this game, that the characters in this game seem a little bit whiny to me, if you want to say.
All shall fall before my
not that I mind them telling you that you're close to getting hurt or whatever like that. I mean, it's nice that they let you know, but I think they do it a little bit too much. Like, they seem to really harp on the fact, ooh, I'm not feeling good, or ooh, my fingers are frozen, or ooh, this is happening to me. And I'm like, at the same time, as much as I appreciate you kind of whatever, but it seems a little bit hand-holdy to me, and it's like, I don't know if it would do that on the harder difficulties, maybe not as much, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not, I have no idea. But on easy, it seems like it does it a little bit too much for me. And also how he's bragging all the time, which I don't really, like I said, once again, don't really have a problem with too much, is bragging about, oh, I'm invincible, nothing can intervene me, blah, 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 blah.
You couldn't
once
even
again,
scratch me.
seems like it does it a little bit too much. Like, I mean, I don't mind talking and I don't mind the chat, but it just seems like it's a little bit braggadocious or whatever. Maybe they're meant to be that way. I don't know, have no clue, but once again, like I said, just especially about the complaining about the environment, it seems like it's just a little bit too much. I mean, I could see if it's like getting closer, like over halfway. I'd say once I got over halfway, then have them start complaining about it a lot. You know, like give you a heads up by like, maybe you're not paying attention. Maybe you're paying attention only to your health bar. Like maybe once you got to halfway, then start maybe complaining, or like 3/4 of the way, then start complaining a lot, like more. Like maybe halfway point, give you like a little bit of verbal warning, like say, ooh, I might want to get to shelter or something like that. Maybe one time or something like that. And then like after that, like 3/4 of the way, then start really kind of hammering into the person, like saying, you might need protection, you might need to go somewhere, you might whatever. I mean, not to the point where you're gonna just like drive them crazy, but just to me, I think that they should do it where as it gets closer, then they tend to complain more, not like seem like, oh, if it's just a little bit, oh, I'm getting sick, oh, I'm getting this, or whatever like that. I mean, like I said, I get it, and not harping on the game for bad game design, because it's not bad game design really, but at the same time, like I said, it does kind of seem to get a little overbearing and a little hand-holdy. And usually the yellow check marks is where you're supposed to go, or to kind of do your mission in that, but why I'm not going there is because I know that you have to do this other thing anyways, so I'm totally ignoring it. And I'll get down there in a second. Because you have to do this other thing anyways, so it's not really a point. Because you get there eventually anyways, so it's not really that big of a deal. And another thing is, which I wish they would have a little bit, was if you have those missions on there, like the Iron Skull, the Prisoners, and By Night Shrines, you should have it on your map that where they're located in a way. Maybe not necessarily the exact location, but at least the kind of like area of interest. Look here to find. I mean, it'd be beneficial. Maybe they don't want you to find them as much or whatever, because you can redo the missions over and over and over again and anyways and get resources that way, which is fine, but I mean, oh, that's kind of cool. But at the same time, it'd be nice to be able to find most of this stuff, because I swear I go practically everywhere and yet sometimes can't even find certain stuff, or at least I feel like I do, and yet it still seems like impossible to find everything on every mission. But once again, like I said, don't get me wrong, you can replay a level over and over and over again, even though it won't be under the same name, because after you pass a certain mission, it will have, yeah, kind of, I guess. It can be in crevices and that. I mean, it feels like I go everywhere, but maybe I don't. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like sometimes I do go through every nook and cranny, and yet I'm still missing stuff. Maybe it's an off. Like I said, maybe it's obvious because it's like certain things, like those rock things or whatever that I was destroying in the last level, where I just felt like they were part of the environment. So maybe sometimes there's certain things I feel like that I should be getting are part of the environment, and I don't really notice them as much or whatever. Maybe that's the case, which is cool that they do that, but at the same time, you know, it'd be a little bit nice to have something like a little bit of an indicator of where they are, you know, just to be like, hey, it's over here. Because all it does is just give you extra resources, which I know is not really necessarily a big thing, but it can be helpful and whatever, and kind of help speed you along for building your town and anything, which would be nice. But like I said, you can replay the level as many times as you want, but it changes the name of the level. I mean, you can play previous levels in that, and then it just changes the name of it. There. But yeah, it just changes the name of it, so, but then he said you can redo the level as many times as you need to kind of get the resources you need, so it's not really too big of a
Meet your death
deal to kind of have to get resources. You just have to sometimes grind your way through it just to kind of get what you need. Triple kill, nice. And why I also go through all these environments sometimes and trying to smash things is because I don't always know what's smashable, what's not. Even though I played this game like a couple times already, but it's like I keep forgetting like what's actual like smashable. And even if it's smashable, it might not always give you the resources you want. Like barrels always seem to give you some. Sometimes the environment does too, but like sometimes the poles and that and the bones and that will give you resources, but not always. I think it's a random chance. Die already! God damn. Oh yeah, another annoying thing that I think I touched on that I didn't really get to. That the shield for the enemies, whenever they're blocking, is too on point. Like basically, and I try to roll around them, they track me. They follow me. And also some of the moves that they do will also track me. Even if I'm trying to dodge it.
blood for Asgard.
It's like...
Is this a joke?
Watch this. I'll try to... I mean, that's bullshit. I mean, he just tracked me. So it's like, I don't even bother rolling around as much because it's like there's no real point. I mean, if he's just gonna track me... Watch this. He tracks me like so hardcore. Even with his powers. Sometimes you have to be a little bit quick, but he just tracks me like a son of a gun. And then I feel that's a little bullshit. Just a tad bit bullshit. I want to go to the left.